Welcome to the Flick Picks and the Nitpicks, and I am your humble host, Nove718, and we are going to talk about Gemini Man 2, Trailer 2. Yeah. I'm seeing everyone talking a whole lot of good stuff online about it, so it may seem on my feeds. I didn't want to click too much because I wanted to see it myself with you guys for the first time, get my first impressions. I already told you I'm very much interested in this film. It looks like it's not just going to be a CGI action fest. They're really trying to make it an emotional thriller. And it seems like Will Smith is trying to stretch his acting capabilities as far as he can. Now, I believe I heard someone said that it wasn't exactly de-aging technology that they used. It was actually a 3D model they got from old footage of Will Smith, especially you could tell from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it was basically a 3D CGI model, and all he did was mocap it. It wasn't like they used him himself. They made a three-dimensional model, and that's what's really doing. That's what you're actually seeing on screen, and he's just acting out basically the physical actions and the acting and things of that nature with the facial nodes, just so they could get the performance. He's just doing the performance capture, which is very interesting. I'm gonna actually look into that to see its accuracy even further outside than what I heard a commentator discuss. But that was the technique they decided to go. That's quite interesting approach for it, without question, because Will Smith is pretty much in a decent shape that it might have been easier to do that to make it more convincing to the eye, because I do feel like some scenes go, as they would say, a very uncanny valley. It looks a little unreal. There's certain moments where it feels like it's a game, but not. It seems like surreal. You know, you just want to point your finger on it. You could clearly tell someone put a labor of love into creating this. You know, it's not easy to just do what they're doing, and you have to find very sophisticated methods to make it as realistic as possible and blend in on screen. So it's not an easy task. There's quite a labor of love in this, but it doesn't always seem quite there. You know, but it's very well done, well executed, and there's still time in post-production to like take the CGI credibility to the next level. That being said, I'm very excited for this film, and then even more so because I'm hearing so much good things about it. So well, without further ado, let's just go check out this trailer and let's talk about it.
Yeah, we rolling? Alright, so this is for myself like 30 years in the future. You should come back to Philly a lot, you know, visit people. But also you should do a movie like called Gemini Man. And you should like release the trailer so people can see it. So that's my advice for the future, me.
When I saw him, it was like I was seeing a ghost. Like every trigger I've ever pulled. How'd he start you? Hunting birds, rabbit? I'm guessing 19, 20 years old, the first time he ordered you to shoot a person. 25 years ago, he took my blood. He made you from me. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you?
I heard niggas talk about this.
You are obviously not the best. You're just trying to rattle me. I'm trying to save you! You made a choice to do this to me. The whole point of this thing was to give you all of Henry's gifts without his pain. I don't want to shoot you! Mind if I shoot you?
this ever happened to you before? Your own government trying to kill you?
Nah, that's new. Everything that we've worked for is at stake.
I am just an icon living.
He has to die. He's your darkness. You had to walk through this on your own. I love you, Junior.
I am just an icon living.
Look what we created. You were the inspiration for all of this. Why not just make a whole army full of them? Why not? You should be flattered. You should be dead.
I am just an icon living.
This has to be stopped. Because what if somebody actually knew what we really are?
I think I know why he's as good as you. He is you.
What is so special about Gemini Man is at the center of it, you have two characters played by one person across generations.
You're looking at Will, who's looking at his younger self. That's a phenomenal experience for an audience.
I play both 50-year-old Henry and 23-year-old Junior, who's sent to kill him.
The concept of a man being chased by himself, that's a really compelling idea for a story. Thanks to the technology, now it's possible.
Creating a digital human is one of the hardest things you can do in visual effects. This is not de-aging. This is not face replacement. But what you see for Junior is a completely digital creation, 100% driven by Will Smith's performance capture.
It's his performance, it's his emotion, it's his ability as an actor to create this really rich performance and then play off of himself.
I couldn't have played Junior at 23 years old, but now I'm able to understand and capture both characters because of the amount of experience that I've had as an actor.
The technology we're inventing is something Ang has been wanting to do for a long time. He's making a leap forward that no other director has even tried to do.
When you see the two Will Smith, well, that's something we never experienced before.
This technology is going to change how movies are made and how movies are seen.
Yo, that was beyond anything I even imagined, old Will. Old Will, you got skills. That's hot. Oh, and say that a lot. Like, as the older me, say that's hot. Say that's hot a lot. That's it, yo. Cut that, son.
Son, y'all didn't say son back then. I like it. I really like it. I like this trailer. Especially the little featurette at the end. So yeah, and I guess they are absolutely right about how it's a completely digital character Ang Lee has created, and all they're doing is mocapping Will's performance, and it looked like he's trying to take it there. This is not just going to be some CG extravagant film. You know, this is going to be acting, and they're going to try to, at least you could see that Will is trying to push his performance to the next level, to try to see if he could capture a younger version of himself and emote in that kind of same way. And it looks like he's taking this very serious, but then I'm not surprised because Will Smith always took his characters very seriously and took acting very seriously, as you can see him progress over the years. And even the attempts at trying to take on roles that's not just action driven. It's like we've seen him try to do the African doctor in that football film, Conscious, Unconscious, I forgot the name of it. We've seen him do what was it, the film when he was like he was dying and he decided to give his heart and his body parts away to the people that he came across that he actually felt that needed it, and the girl that he fell for, he gave his heart to. This dude really went out of his way to select some roles that would actually express him as a serious actor. And even though you may not, when you think of acting, you don't think of Will Smith in the upper echelon, there's one thing you should always see Will Smith as: a guy that was never afraid to push his craft further and took his craft extremely serious as soon as he went and involved himself in acting, especially coming from a hip-hop background and using this as an art form to express himself and take himself creatively further. But let's check this trailer out again. Yeah, we'll watch the whole thing over again because I actually really like this trailer. So let's cue this bad boy up. And that intro threw me off for a second too, because you're like, what the fuck? Did I get the right joint? I had to turn it off before I set the recording. I was like, wait a second, I think this is part of it. I said, let me just go watch it with y'all straight through, because I was like, what the fuck is that? Alright, man, so, and go. I wonder if that was actually the CG model. Because it looked more like just regular Will, but I don't know. With his hat back and shit.
Like every trigger I've ever pulled. How'd he start you? Hunting, birds, rabbit? I'm guessing 19, 20 years old, the first time he ordered you to shoot a person. 25 years ago, he took my blood. He made you from me. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you? Because I'm the best. You are obviously not the best. You're just trying to rattle me. I'm trying to save you! You made a choice to do this to me. The whole point of this thing was to give you all of Henry's gifts without his pain. I don't want to shoot you! Mind if I shoot you?
Henry, has this ever happened to you before? Your own government trying to kill you?
Nah, that's new. Everything that we've worked for is at stake.
Now that's a good shot.
He has to die. He's your darkness. You had to walk through this on your own. I love you, Junior.
I am just an icon living.
Look what we created. You were the inspiration for all of this. Why not just make a whole army full of them? Why not? You should be flattered. You should be dead.
I am just an icon living.
This has to be stopped. Because what if somebody actually knew what we really are?
I like this.
I
like
know why
this
he's
a
as
lot.
good as you. He is you.
That's a good
What
shot.
is so special about Gemini Man is at the center of it, you have two characters played by one person across generations.
You're looking at Will, who's looking at his younger self. That's a phenomenal experience for an audience.
I play both 50-year-old Henry and 23-year-old Junior, who's sent to kill him.
The concept of a man being chased by himself, that's a really compelling idea for a story. Thanks to the technology, now it's possible.
Creating a digital human is one of the hardest things you can do in visual effects. This is not de-aging. This is not face replacement. But what you see for Junior is a completely digital creation, 100% driven by Will Smith's performance capture.
It's his performance, it's his emotion, it's his ability as an actor to create this really rich performance and then play off of himself.
I couldn't have played Junior at 23 years old, but now I'm able to understand and capture both characters because of the amount of experience that I've had as an actor.
The technology we're inventing is something Ang has been wanting to do for a long time. He's making a leap forward that no other director has even tried to do.
When you see the two Will Smith, well, that's something we never experienced before.
This technology is going to change how movies are made and how movies are seen.
Yo, that was beyond anything I even imagined, Old Will. Old Will, you got skills. That's hot. Oh, and say that a lot. Like, as the older me, say that's hot. Say that's hot a lot. That's it, yo. Cut that, son.
Yeah, y'all ain't never said son back then, V. And that's, y'all in Philly wasn't even talking like that, though. So, yeah, that must be Will Smith now. But anyways, I like what I see. I don't know if you guys are interested in this film. I really am curious. This one kind of played it up a little bit more action-like in this trailer. I mean, as opposed to using the icon living, they kind of changed it up a little bit, which was cool. They kind of ride it in the middle. I'm real curious to see where they go with this film. What kind of film are we getting ourselves into? Action thriller, very actor driven. Because I do see a lot of elements of just like, I don't want to say cheesy action tropes, but like, you know, the guy just always looming and walking around about the place, looking down and watching things happen. It seems a little stereotypical, but at the same time, they still captured those quiet moments where we're really seeing Will Smith trying to portray a younger version of himself tangled up in this story between the guy that raised him and the guy that he's kind of been cloned from. And then he's cloned to have bred out of him all the emotional aspects, but clearly you see it's coming into him. And it's going to be something that he's going to have to be able to contain and understand and control. Being raised, never even embracing them or even acknowledging them or even seeing that these kind of even existed. Because you clearly see the tears and stuff like that. So this must be the emotional gravity, you know. Especially for the first time for you to experience this. And then noticing that it's because your whole world has been lied. And now you got to figure out where you belong in all this. Because you have the father that raised you, put you on a mission to kill the person that you're cloned from. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with this. And hopefully it doesn't come off like a hodgepodge of trying to do too much. And I hope they find the balance. And I do feel like Ang Lee, he is into the performance. Even if you look at that Hulk movie that he did, you can see that he was trying to do a fleshed out character performance. He just didn't stick the landing on, like, basically the script. The script wasn't the best script. They didn't know where to go with him in totality with the Hulk. They didn't figure out a direct part because they created him to be so formidable that who could you get to stop him? And you would have to create some magical cloud thing that's his father, which you ain't really need all that extra complex shit. But needless to say, he did try to bring something else to the film. So I like to see what he does with this. This is interesting. He might have dropped the ball on The Last Airbender, which is a fact, I should say. But you still see that he's trying. So... But at the same time, like, we're not just aiming for trying. We want someone to stick the landing. And I definitely think that he's impassioned enough to bring something to this. And it looks like it as well. So, yo, I look forward to it. I hope it turns out to be real good. And let me know what you guys think down below. You know, like, share, comment, subscribe. See you next time. And as always, still have a better outro.